Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Hit the Mahogany. This week we're going to be using these ingredients. Any idea what we've got here? We've got a bit of Pisco, Angostura bitters, lemon, an egg, maybe a bit of simple syrup. What do all these things have in common? Be if I know, but they do make a very nice drink. It's the Pisco Sour. Alright, Pisco, it's a brandy, Peruvian, or a what's the other one? What have I got in this one? Well, this one is Peru. So what we got here, we got Pisco. You know, that can be Peruvian or Chilean, or there's some Argentinian as well. If I think this one's actually Peru. It's a brandy distilled from grapes and not aged in wood. Hence the fact it's actually clear. That's one of the characteristics of Pisco, is it's not aged in wood and you get all that grapiness coming through when you're actually drinking it. You can drink that neat if you want. A little bit of ice usually helps. But let's just say you've had a margarita. You like a margarita. You want something else different, something that's got a bit of sour, a bit of sweetness, a little bit of a kick to it. Pisco Sour is definitely one for you as well. Okay? Alright. Let's get knocking on this one. This is actually, I'm going to make two, because I usually do make two drinks. Even if the other person that's tasting this doesn't want it, then I'll just drink two anyway. So we've got the Beyond Pisco here. What we're actually going to do is, it's 3 ounces for each one. So I'm actually going to put in 6 ounces, if I have enough. Fingers crossed. 2, 4, and oh my goodness, perfect, 6. So that makes me happy, but also sad at the same time, since the Pisco's actually finished there. Alright, now I actually tried Pisco, the first time I actually tried Pisco was in Peru. A few of us together certainly had a fun time. It's a very drinkable drink. Like many drinks where you've got a lot of citrus in it and other flavours, take away from the bite of the spirit. It just becomes something very quaffable, that's for sure. So, really enjoyed it. Of course, depending on which bar you go to, like any place that you go to, how much alcohol do they put in it? There's a couple of times we had to ask them to put a little bit more Pisco in it. They kind of cheaped out a little bit, but it's your bar, you're in the control of it, so you can put in as much or as little as you want. Now, depending on the Pisco, have a little taste of it by itself. Some are sweeter than others, and that may affect the balance of the drink. Okay, so depending on how you like things sweet or sour, then that's what you'll actually want to do. Alright, it's 1 ounce of lime juice. Now you see lots of the new recipes will actually use lemon juice. Lime juice is a little bit more traditional, and it does actually make a good flavour. Now I've already got lime juice squeezed here, so it's going to be 1 ounce for each one. So this is, whoops, lid wasn't quite on properly, 2 ounces of lime juice. In we go. Alright, simple syrup. This is 1-to-1 ratio. Very easy to make, just hot water, same amount like US 1 cup. Anywhere else, just, you know, whatever the volume is. So equal amounts of volume, so 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup in it, you can just use boiling water, mix it until it's dissolved. That hot water is enough to actually get it dissolved for you. Now you might see some recipes that may use 1/2 ounce or 3/4 of an ounce. It's up to your own preference. As you heard before, I don't like, even though I've got a sweet tooth, I don't like my drinks too sweet. I'm always afraid that I'm going to end up with a little bit too much of a hangover in the morning if I drink too many of the sweet drinks. But I find that the 1/2 ounce is actually a good balance. Now, egg white goes into this, but what we actually do is we shake this dry first of all. I do need to put the egg white in. So you can actually use egg white straight from your egg. If you're not comfortable, then you can get pasteurized egg whites, whichever you prefer. Generally, it's about 1/2 ounce of egg white. You'll probably get, if you're doing separating the yolk from the egg in the yolk from the white in one egg, you'll get about 1 ounce out of that anyway. but that is 1 ounce in there, about half an ounce for each one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to froth this up a little bit first of all, so we're going to dry shake it. I know it seems a little bit weird, you don't put sand in it, you just don't put ice in it, that's all that you're doing. So you're just going to froth this up a little bit. And this happens every time that I do a drink with egg white. It wants to pop because it's foaming so much inside. We'll give this a good shake. There we go. Alright, that was keen, popping out there. Alright, now that you've got the froth in there, let's get it chilled down. Bit of ice. There we go. A little bit more. Oh, I can smell that pisco in the lime there. It really is, it's a great smell, it's a great drink, it's a great brandy, it's fantastic. God, that's making a mess. On we go. We'll keep the lid on this one nice and tight. Okay, done. Bit of a messy one. Okay, whatever glass you want to pour this into, that's up to yourself. You can pour it into, say, a rocks glass with a big rock in it. You can actually pour the ice and everything into one glass, or if you want to just make it a little bit more snazzy looking, a coupe or a Nick and Nora glass will do the trick as well. Okay? Alright, now that we've got it, now that it's chilled down, and I've got egg white everywhere, and I've got condensation on it, it doesn't want to pop. Got it eventually though. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure we get all that foam out. Looks good, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, that's it there. Garnish, but you want to add a little bit of bitterness to it. A little bit of Angostura bitters. When you pour this on, when you put this on the top, it actually looks like a bit of an egg yolk on the top there. So you can make your own. You can make your own little patterns, or you can just put it all in the centre. Yeah, that should do it. Or off to the side. Whatever works for you. And there we go. That's it. It's actually a really easy one. And very drinkable. Alright. Here we go. Pisco Sour. Oh. It's just fantastic. There's not so many other citrus items or other mixers in it. The Pisco comes through. It's bright. You get that grapiness, almost like a green. If I could describe the flavour, it's like green. If you think of grapes, that fresh, if you're just eating them, but it's been distilled and concentrated. That's what the Pisco is really like. It's good, it's fresh. It's not masked by anything else in there. The lime, nice bit of tartness. It's a little bit sweet, the simple syrup that's in there. And then if you get a little bit of the Angostura bitter, it's just a fraction of the bitter, but you don't get that too much. But the big thing, it has to be egg white. The mouthfeel that you get from it, it just adds so much body to the drink. It really does. It almost gives it that kind of sherbety texture that you get in there as well. And you know what? It just looks great as well. It really does. Anyway, don't drink too many of them. I was lucky enough to go on the Inca Trail. I know it's very busy, up to Machu Picchu, hanging out in Aguas Calientes and Cuzco, and you know, certainly down to the coast to Paracas, and had Pisco Sours everywhere that we went. Just by the way, it pairs up really nicely with chicken ahi. What a fantastic dish, my goodness. Don't drink too many of these. As I said, you know, if you drink too many, you're going to feel as though you're running up a set of stairs in Cusco, and that's going to take your breath away. It'll make you lightheaded. So be careful how many you drink of these, but whatever you do, whatever your mixture is, whatever your Pisco is, enjoy your Pisco Sours. Cheers.